Hello, I am Faust4712, and this is my Shinobi 3 Return of the Ninja Master No Kunai Challenge Normal Percent Run. This is the commentary, so let's begin. Okay, so as the run gets set up, let me explain how it is. I ran this on a Model 1 Sega Genesis with a 6-button controller in the controller port 1 and a regular 3-button controller in the second port. And what you do is you hold mode on the 6-button controller and up C on the second controller, and then press start on the first controller while options is highlighted. And we'll notice right here at the top, it'll say option. So now 6-button mode is enabled. And what that means is now, instead of throwing kunai, we just do a regular melee attack. So we get to have the run slash of the sword very easily. And whenever we pick up the POW, we automatically have the sword as our attack instead of just the regular dagger in our hand. And this pretty much can break the game. It adds iframes to your character, Joe Musashi. And yeah, losing it sucks, but during this run that happens a lot. I die a few times in this run. This run is not the most optimal of runs, but this does prove that it can be done in a single segment. So right here we're on the first little side boss, and we implement the same techniques that's used in any percent run. We just kind of sit there and take advantage of the iframe and the boxes right there. Then we just quickly wipe them out and move on. So this stage is pretty straightforward, just run and slash through all these guys. Try and really implement your speed well, and we messed up the jump right here, but we recovered well. And then we another thing that we try to do in this run is we try to do the kick down whenever we jump, so that way we can get down to the ground faster, and also if you're quick enough you can kick down to the ground and get him into the running animation quickly, so that way it's a kick to run motion. That'll happen a few times in here, but that's like very good speed move. So right here we grab an extra guy up here. We grab the extra guys a lot in this run because we use the self-destruct for a few different reasons. Right there we messed up and we actually morphed into him and got hit, so we lost the POW, but since we can do the run slash anyways, we can just do this boss like normal, do this. And then once that's done and over with, you're done. Your first stage of Shinobi 3 with No Kunai. It's pretty challenging. Makes the run a little more interesting. So this is the beginning of the second stage, secret entry, and this is a rail level. Just kind of ride along. Off the bat, we're going to get a POW right here, so we automatically get the sword, which is vital for these little mini bosses, the side bosses, especially this one, and a few of the ones in destruction and in traps. But as you'll see, we lose the POW quite frequently because you run the risk of getting hit a lot more because you have to get up close and personal with the enemies. So we use a lot of backup strategies and fighting techniques to kind of just move along swiftly and hope for the best. Not much to this level. It's just kind of making sure you grab that extra guy and watching out for trolley patterns of these guys that come through. Try not to hit the blocks at all. You do not want to lose your POW before this guy, or else you have to get a lot of cycles of him through, because right when he comes up, what's going to happen is we're going to slash him twice with the sword on his first jump up over us, and then on his come down with the kick, we're going to slice him once, and then it should be done. There it is. Alright, so this part we just double jump over the guys. Keep double jumping. Right here, run and slash that guy or else he'll shoot you. Double jump, slash that guy or else he'll mess up your pattern. Then run over the box and double jump. Now we're in it. Very swift. Oh, man. Another part of the level that's just very straightforward. You can either block or slash these guys. I choose to slash them just because it's kind of fun to show how broken the sword is. It's just slashing through the walls. Like, these guys are barely making it up there. And the reason why that I had a voiceover commentary is during this run, I wasn't expecting to be getting this decent of a time on first completion. And a few times I die, I had a few expletive moments in my vernacular. So we had to go through and do this. So we take care of that guy. Come up here, take care of that guy. Slice this guy. If we ever lose the POW on the way up, there's a POW right there on the second guy up. We can easily grab that and then just climb over and slash over that machine gun guy. If you ever get to a point with your machine gun guys are giving you a problem, a safe spot is right at the beginning of the nozzle of their rifle. If you're right there, the bullets will never hit you. There's a point during this Electric Demons level where I get volleyed between two machine gun bullets. It's kind of a problem area, but I'll explain more when we get there. Okay, wall jump, slice that guy. Okay, and up here we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, double jump, we're in. And that's how you get through that elevator sequence the fastest. Then we slice him once, self-destruct, secret entry, main boss, complete. Round 2 is over. Moving on. Body weapon. Run and slash that brain, kick down again, keep your speed up. Kick that box, POW if you ever get hit on the way in. Do this glitch right here. Run through them. Slash this one brain, jump up. Then slash this two, get that flying one, slash the third, jump down, slash this one. You gotta slash these three, you can't just jump up because those three will come at you. Slash this one, that one, jump down, slash that one, slash the flying guy that follows you, and continue on. If you do that, then it seems to be that the pattern sticks that you won't get hit. But any other time, I always get hit by the flying brain. He's just a trolly guy. Very trolly AI, but okay, there's some health if you ever get hit. And then right down there's another POW, but this trick right here, just double jump, double wall jump. Use that a few times to save yourself, get the extra ninjutsu, and then we just sit and slash away at these brains that come through. Sometimes the pattern is a little trolly, and you'll have two that stack on one another and they jump at the same time, so it looks like one brain coming at you, but it's actually two layered on top of each other. And you'll kill one, but the other will stay alive because it'll only register one hitbox. See, it's right here, that one. And then the other one gets you down. Well, just adjust and then take care of the rest. Wait for the acid, jump down. This part of the level, pretty straightforward. Jump through, kick out any of the pincer ant guys that keep hold of you. The goal is to try and land and use the boxes to double jump through and run off and double jump off. To get as much distance so you're not on the ground as much as possible, but you're also gaining distance through the level. Because this level is a slow one if you just take your time. And it's such a short part. Oh, right here we get caught in the pincer guy, and notice he caught me on the double jump. that's a risk because I could really hit attack melee or the kunai, and the kunai could come out and that would be a run killer. So here we just do self-destruct twice and this takes care of this boss. I didn't mind about getting hit right there because I got hit before and I lost the POW. So, but yeah, that's the thing about the 6-button mode is that even if you're in double jump, if you hit regular attack, which would be a regular melee attack, it still unleashes kunai, and that is a very, very big no-no. Very big no-no in NoKunai. So this is another rail level, but you're riding along. You got to kind of mind your stuff on this one because during this, there's a point where I get hit unexpectedly, like I didn't want to, and we end up having to do this little side boss without the sword. But so we come through, kill these guys. Make sure to always double jump or double pace up, like, you know, do the run, take out that guy. Because if you don't, you'll just kind of fall off those ledges, those planks that are there to launch you. You kind of just fall off and you'll land in the mines and then you'll lose your POW. Yep, and that's what happened. He came out of nowhere, got me. So we lost the POW, so we have no strength buffer anymore. So these guys are extremely difficult because with the strength buffer, your hits are at 3, and without you're at 1. So now we're just down to 1. So when you have a sword, you're able to do 6 damage in a very short amount of time. Without, you're just stuck at 1, and he's slow moving doing that. So we grab that extra guy just in case, because we still have to use the self-destruct trick in Electric Demon. So this guy normally we would be taking out with a sword. It would be really quick and he would be dead right about now. But since he's not, we have to improvise. So I use the self-destruct here. Then just take him out with regular slashes once he does the shield thing and comes back. So we could save a lot of time. One of the funkier tunes in the game is this level. So if things don't go well in the last one, right there is some safety, health, and also the strength buffer POW. Right, normally what I do is I double jump across and slash the ninjas on top of the barrels and then keep jumping across, but since I didn't, I had to improvise, and what you can do is you can run slash down underneath those flame guys, and the barrel will just slightly decrease enough to where you can jump up above them. That's a good backup strategy just in case. Watch out for this guy right here. Sometimes he'll get you with the shuriken. You can choose to take these guys out. I got hit right there, but most of the time they'll just do the physical bump buffer, which doesn't take away your POW. Getting hit by weapons or like being hit by a punch or kick from an enemy, that will take away your strength buffer. But if you just like run and bump into someone, that won't take it away. So right here is another backup POW, another strength buffer. Come through here, take out that one. Watch out for this guy here. He is scary. That guy can kill a run. He will hit you and then you'll get that classic hit back and then you'll fall in the water and die. Grab the second ninjutsu from that pier down there. And then normally we would get a few slashes of the sword in on this guy before he hits us, but this one we only got 1 in. So we did a self-destruct earlier than what we wanted, but it's worth it. And so normally we do this boss fight, hopefully with a sword, but that's quite difficult to do given the beginning of the fight. So consider this like the average way to do this boss fight. So we take the gun out, slash it a bunch, keep following the pattern, stick close to it, because there's the heart right there to keep you up and take all the damage that you just took away. Normally we could slash away those bombs like that a few times, but there's another health. for all the damage you could have taken from those torpedoes coming in. Or rockets, sorry. Then just keep slashing him. And then as his body disintegrates, I could have probably done the self-destruct right there before I did that other slash, but I wanted to be sure, just in case I didn't get enough hits in and the self-destruct wasn't enough. I just wanted to be double positive at this point because I was feeling the run right at this point. So the beginning of Electric Demon, this is another point in the run with melee that is very difficult because all these guys you have to get up close and personal with. You cannot do the double jump kunai attack to take them all out in the air. So getting up close and personal with them leads to many instances of getting hit and losing your POW, which makes this little boss fight of this level extremely difficult without the sword, but extremely easy with the sword, as you will see. So these guys are the bane of my existence in this level. Ugh. They are so annoying. See right there. Ugh. But we move on. Take him out. Jump up here. Double jump, or just regular jump over him. Run. Do a kick down to keep your momentum up. Slash through him. Double jump over here. Take out this guy. Take out the machine gunner. Run over here. Take out this guy because he could take you out from right there. Jump down to take away that guy. There's the secondary strength buffer that we need. So jump on the crate and take out that guy. Kick him over there. If you do it just like that, you won't ever get hit. Landing on the crate is on the same frame as his rifle's neck, so you can just take him out, and then it's in the same time frame to where that guy in front of or behind him isn't shooting, so you can jump up and just kick down him. And jump and avoid this over here. Since we have the sword, this is slash him twice, and then on his second comeback he'll stop, then just slash away. It's the same invincibility frame mechanic as in the first mini boss in the game and during Zed Returns, the samurai. So yeah, normally that fight can take quite a bit of chunk of time if you don't have the sword. So right here, we're taking a little detour so we can get this extra guy here, because in this level, we need to do the self-destruct twice before we even get to the last boss. Because there's a bomb that we need to take out in order for a ledge to get taken away. And in the normal part of the game, you have to climb over and shoot a kunai and take out the box and then take out the bomb. And then you can just go back up the route and then go through. Well, during NoKunai, we can't do that. And during the any percent run, since you can use kunai, you can implement the glitch to where you can just phase through the walls and then not have to worry about it. But since we're not really using that, we can't. So that last section was a little goofy. This one, I missed the jump right here for the extra ninjutsu that we need. So right here, I'm buffering this guy's shot up because he can troll you and he can knock you back in the air when you do that. So grab the other ninjutsu, kick this guy. Right here is another scary part. We can get up here and the machine gun guy can take us out, and then he can do that. So to recover, just keep doing the double wall jump. And then take him out. Move on. And right here is where we have to do the self-destruct thing twice, because there is that box. Oh, man. Wasting 2 lives to save time, but it's worth it. Because if not, you have to wait. It's terrible. So since we can't phase through and glitch up walls and sections of the game, we have to do some sections per its usual route as intended, but we just try and do it at a faster pace than normal. Wait for the bullets to come through, slash that guy, then off we go. At the top of this section is where I get volleyed between two machine gunners, and that's something that we try to avoid, but right here is a backup POW. Normally what I try to do is run and double jump as far into that line and grab up. Here's where the volley starts happening. It's a tricky way to get through this. Normally what I try to do is land on the box in front of this guy as he's done shooting, and then move and double jump enough to where I can avoid the second incoming bullet line. But sometimes it's just really tricky to pull off. See, like that right there. It's really, really, really hard. But so for the Mecha Dragon battle, right when he comes through and does that, just ninjutsu a lightning shield, lightning barrier, and then just start run slashing through. And then in no time this battle will be done. You can barely get hit during this section. We get hit a few times, but that's why we use the lightning shield. I wasn't too sure on the hits at this point too, so when the laser balls start coming again and it almost hits me, I panic and I do the second lightning shield. I probably could have just avoided it because the next hit was the final hit. So alright, then we're on to traps. This is one of the most difficult sections because of not using kunai. This section is scary. My hands get so sweaty during this, but it's a very, very entertaining part at the same time. I like this part aesthetically and playing through. So what we do right there is we slash that guy, and we utilize the block mechanic for the first time a lot more during this section. This far in the game, I know, but for the most part, we've just been taking advantage of the iframes. In this part, we actually take advantage of the blocking mechanism that's opened up. Normally in the game, what you do is you throw a kunai and hold the attack button, and then you can hold block. But since we're in 6-button mode, you can just hit A, and that's now block. I guess I should have went through the control schematics. A is block, B is melee, C is jump, X is ninjutsu, Y is kunai, and Z is, I don't know. And you can use the mode button to switch through the ninjutsus, so you don't have to pause to get through them. So that's another advantage. So we got hit by a kunai, which is a bad state. We try to get through this whole point without getting hit once, but it's inevitable. Sometimes the hitboxes are just funky on their shurikens. This part's scary too, but there's a neat little trick that we can do where you can just get bumped up like that. He just kind of like glitches you up and stays with you. It's kind of cool. Grab this guy. And then we just continue on with this section of jumping on very far and small rocks with boxes that are larger than what the image is. Alright, so for this boss, we have to hit him 6 times in order for him to go through this little feather circle again. So normally with the sword, we'd only have to hit him twice and then it'd be done and over with. But since we don't have the sword and our strength buffer, we have to hit him 6 times with our normal dagger, and then just once for the feather swirl. And if he ever comes to do his attack, he gears up for it. You can see it. I mean, you can just duck and it avoids it every time. If you can't, that's just so easily avoidable. But in the midst of panic, sometimes this battle can take you out. So the key is to stay calm. Stay calm and everything will be fine. Okay, should be coming up soon. Yep, this one. As you see in the video, I'm shaking my hands because they're so sweaty. Alright, grab the second ninjutsu from that little hidden area right here. These guys are trolls too, but we persevere once they take away our strength buffer. If you still have it at that point. This point we do the double wall jump a few times if we get into some danger, but for the most part I like to just wall and then double jump. Wall jump to double jump to try and get up those crates. Right here they started coming in at us hard, so we just kind of adjusted. Now I die once in this level, but it's during a point where a checkpoint is right there. Right there is another backup POW. I mess up and get hit by the top spike, so I lost it again, so I just didn't care enough. And we messed up because of the frustration a few times. So during an official, like, non-stress-free run, this would be a lot more smooth. So we get through here, slash through that flame guy, slash that guy, dagger him. If he does that, just run back and wait a little bit. And then once he's done, just run through and double jump over him. Just like that. Do the section just like that. Go through here. Take out these guys coming through. Now this is the point where I am going to die, because these pillars are insta-kills. So what we try and do is take advantage of the spikes, giving us a little bit of iframes, damage frames. Right here, I've messed up right there. That's where the death happened. But luckily, this room is the checkpoint, so we just start right back in it. So that's the only backup part of that. And then this is how it should have been done. Just like this. Alright, so a few things to note about this boss battle. If you don't have the sword, it's a little more difficult, because the shadow that you take out, it's annoying. But you persevere, you get through it, it's possible. The problem lies in when the second phase of this battle starts kicking in. If you make any movements during the screen changeover of color, you run the risk of soft locking anything that your character does. There's been a few times where I try to do the lightning shield during that point, and I soft lock both characters to the same point, and they both move across the screen, and then the game can't work anymore. I have to reset. Or in this run, as you'll see, I try to jump up and cling to the wall, and he soft locks in the middle of the area instead of the actual like line of where it should be. You'll see it. See, right there. Just because I made movement and did something during that changeover of color. Luckily, we got out of it during that point. So I just tried to just phase it off, continue through. If he stays up here, you're in good shape. Try and run slash him a few times. Getting the timing down is pretty easy, but I messed up drastically. Like I say, this is the run at its pretty much crappiest, but not. Once you get him down to that point, or if you feel like you're about to die and you don't want the battle to be a game over battle, just self-destruct. That's a quick way to gain another full health bar and also do damage to enemies. So as that did, it killed him. Done and over with. Now we're on to the final confrontation. I died twice in this section due to human error, operator error, slip-ups of not hitting up at the right time and falling instead of grabbing onto these pipes. Excuse me. It's a scary section, but there's a POW right there that we're going to lose soon because we die. So this part of the run is scary, and the end is, see, just right there. The end game needs work, but the end game is also the hardest part. So take that into consideration. We got a steam skip over there. That's really tricky to do, but very satisfying once pulled off. With a sword, it's just so easy to go through things. You could just easily decimate everything. See, the smoke hit me, buffered me, I couldn't grab anything, dead right there. So this is the one that gets all the way through, finally. Another steam skip, smoke skip, whatever you want to call it. Pretty straightforward level. Hack and slash, all this stuff that can knock you off and then just hang on and run through. It's kind of annoying, but a good time for maybe donations or certain things, other commentary, other explanations of the game. Lots of good sections for that. And also, we could do incentive bonuses for like difficulties, easy, normal, hard, expert. Expert is extremely hard doing kunai. Expect a lot of deaths in that one because you take a lot of damage if you're not pristine in your movements. All right. This section is another pretty straightforward one. At the top of this area, we're going to have to double jump up to get to where we need to be. Here's the section coming up right now. All right. Right there is some safety health. This section gave me some trouble too, but in hindsight, what can you do? You can't really take them out with the kunai, so you got to do your best. For some reason, right here, I kept trying to double jump and it kept failing. I thought it was my controller at one point, but it was just an operator error. I just wasn't executing it right. So don't expect that often. That was just a folly in this run. But that's to be expected. Operator errors. Plenty abound. These guys will come out, mess up your pattern. This one, oh, I got so fed up with everything that I just was like, you know what? Self-destruct, take them out. So if you do get to a point where you're frustrated or if things keep barraging you in this section, just self-destruct in the area. It'll take everything out. You'll be back up to your health. You can just run through again. All right. So the last section is a very skill-based, technical challenge, pretty much ninja level. And we failed. Not terribly, just in a few executions. And we make it through, so up here, there's a few things. There's a bomb right there and some kunai. Let the bomb go off, do this again. Back here is another ninjutsu. There's also a bomb right in the middle, so you don't want to hit that one. Go through this section normally. Keep wall jumping off of them. So you reach there, double jump through this section and then just get the lightning shield and come through it, because waiting for that thing is annoying and wastes time, and that's something that at this point we were not wanting to do. So go through here. If you make it through with the lightning shield still intact, you're only going to have about one hit left, but it's still useful for when you bop your head up on those electric rails in the next section. Right here is the extra guy this section, and we really need it because we only have 2 guys at this point, and it is also a little bit tricky, so be wary. Now this next section, I could have gotten a little gusto enthusiastic about it and double jumped off that ledge onto there, but I didn't want to risk anything. We were trying to play it really safe. This is considered like a very safe run in my opinion. Safe mixed with panic-induced backup strategies, which work out well. There's the other extra guy. There's 2 in this section, so we're going to end up with 4 guys just before the last boss battle, which is perfect for what we need, just in case we take too much damage. Well, I'll jump through this section. We bopped up there, but it didn't matter. Wait for it, because we don't want to waste the other ninjutsu. Take this section. I mess up and I hit the electric railings a few times, but I use it to my advantage to kind of like walk right into. If you need some safety health, there it is right there. You just kind of got to jump up right there and get it, but I didn't really care at this point because at the top of the next section there's health and a strength buffer, so excuse me. Do the wall jumps through this section. Pretty straightforward again. Try to avoid these electric railings on the side. Which we managed to do in this part. Alright. Right there's some health, and the strength buffer, some more kunai. So this is the last boss. So what we want to try and do is bait him into throwing his kunai waves at us. Like this. He did it really early. And then what you do is you just keep kicking him. Doing them downward kicks. See, we wanted to do the 3. See, watch. I kick him once, go back. As he starts throwing the kunai, just keep spamming them kicks on him. This is how we take care of the first battle. Or the first phase of this battle. And then, once you get to this point, you can just improvise and keep doing that same pattern. Or, since he's going to start doing this other pattern of doing this uppercut fist, once you get your health down low, you can just keep self-destructing. I'm not sure if it does damage to him, but you can keep doing the kicks, or you can start doing slashes when he starts doing that to also get iframes. But then you also open yourself up to that attack that he does, and then he'll just jump away with kunais, but you can adjust easily. See, right now, I just start finishing him off with sword slashes. I was afraid of dying right here, so I didn't want to go through the game over section, so just wanted to add another bar of health. And then that was the last hit. On the fade out, I do a kunai throw to celebrate victory, so that was it. There you have it, 38-24. Normal percent, NoKunai Shinobi 3 Return of the Ninja Master for the Sega Genesis. I was pretty happy with it. We know that the time can be drastically reduced. There were 3 deaths, a few slip-up in movements, and not very good optimizations, but I've been practicing a lot in this, and this is a project I've been working on ever since last year when I saw a few people talking in Cure's stream about it, and I'm really proud of this. It can be improved, and I hope people get just as much enjoyment out of it as I did. So thank you for your time, and this has been Faust 4712. Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, NoKunai, normal percent, 38-24.